Hello, welcome to week 2 of our course. I look forward to working with you during this week. During this week, we will be exploring several topics. We will explore the history of Spanish settlement in North America. We will explore the role that Spain played in supporting the American Revolution, which is often overlooked in American history. We will examine the history of Latino, Latina, Hispanic settlement in what would become the Southwest of the United States, particularly in Texas, Arizona, and New Mexico. And we will also examine the history of Mexican immigration to the United States in the early 20th century. So, how will we examine these topics? First, you're asked to read 2 chapters from your textbook for the course, Our America. Chapter 2 is entitled The Cities of Cibola, and Chapter 3 is entitled The Pursuit of King Arthur. So please complete those readings. They provide a good background, context, and understanding of many of the topics that we will be discussing this week. You will be asked to participate in a discussion board. The discussion board asks you to reflect upon the history of Spanish settlement in North America, as well as Spain's role in the American Revolution, and particularly to reflect upon why these topics are often neglected or overlooked in traditional narratives of American history. You will also be asked to view a film. It's again from the PBS film series Latino Americans. This is episode 2. And you'll be asked to write a brief commentary on that film. And finally, you're asked to read primary source documents. 2 primary source documents written by Mexican immigrants to the United States in the early 20th century. Oftentimes, it can appear that contemporary issues are new, novel, haven't been addressed before, haven't been encountered before. Well, that's often not the case. For example, there's a long history of Mexican immigration to the United States. You can trace it back to the early 20th century, even to the late 19th century. There's also tragically been a long history of hostility and nativism towards these immigrants to the United States. So you're going to read some first-hand accounts written by people who experienced migrating to the United States in the early 20th century and the challenges and hardships that they faced due to discrimination and hostility. There's a deep irony in American history. The United States is a land of immigrants. Furthermore, the oldest European settlements in the United States were established by the Spanish. Yet, Latinos, Latinas, Hispanics have often been viewed as foreigners or outsiders in the United States and face discrimination. So, in this unit, we'll continue to explore that deep irony that people who were descendants of among the earliest, post-Columbian settlers of the United States, of America, often face this hostility and this tension as being viewed as somehow foreign by Anglo-Americans. So I hope that you'll find the unit to be interesting, and I look forward to working with you during this week.